What's good, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of Get Defensive Sports Network's I-80 football show. As always, I'm your host, Jordan. I'm here with my co-host, Dante. Dante, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. I think it's hilarious that you still almost missed.
Yeah, I had to think about it. It wasn't rolling off the tongue today. I don't know why. I was
Man, that is funny. It's because we've missed a few weeks and you've done that one
Yeah,
a few times
probably.
now. So that's probably why. That's probably why.
Yeah,
It's,
we got to get back into the swing of things.
yeah, that's
May
all.
was
That's
not a
all.
it was May and April was not a good month for this show, but we locked
Nah.
in and things are finally happening, which is cool because we do this show year round, but it is admittedly hard to do in the off season when there's not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even today, one of the topics is just like another iteration of a topic we've talked about a million times already because it's the only thing happening, and that people just
All
keep
right.
arguing
So
about the same
okay.
thing. So it's just like,
I figured we was gonna talk about 26.
oh yeah, we definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
That's new. That's new. We definitely talk about
Yeah,
NCAA
yeah. So
26.
I thought when I saw those hats, I knew I saw what I saw. All right, but
Yeah, like I don't. So that the funny thing is, all right. Well, we can just skip to that. So we're in our we're in our traffic update. We're in the news segment, and as y'all can tell, we want to talk about NCAA 26. First of all, I just have to say
honestly,
it is so nice to know that this game is coming out every year. And the
yep,
best part about the game is like
kinda.
we're not doing that right now. You're right, and I know what you're going to say, but we still going to pretend it's going to be a good game until they
Oh
prove
yeah,
us otherwise.
yeah.
Because
But
pretty
like,
soon they're going to give us a bad one, but
oh
not
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You
I
know,
don't, yeah. Don't worry. I'm terrified. I really am.
year two is going to be strong. We just going to say year two is going to be strong. I will not make any assumptions on year three, but year two is
yeah,
going to be strong.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but either
Mm.
way, good or bad, it's nice that the game is coming back, especially because like this game in particular, it just comes out at the right time. Because like if you're not doing the podcast, so like for us, July is a good time because that's when we're doing our previews. So like we have things to do, but like if you're not doing like a podcast, you're just like a regular fan or whatever, there's like nothing in July. NBA is over. WNBA, so WNBA is on. If you're not into WNBA, if you're not into soccer, that like
Baseball,
there's nothing.
because
Baseball is
I gotta go to a few games this year too. I keep
yeah. So
forgetting
it's
about
just
that.
like, but especially if you're like, there's a lot of people who are only into football. By the time you get to July, you're just itching. So now you get this game in July. It's not the same as real football, of course, but it's something that can at least hold you over a little bit until
Oh, I mean, we do
the
have
season
summer football,
starts.
spring, summer football now.
Yeah. I'm not even watching that.
Oh,
So
it's me. I'm the problem. Okay, all right,
you're
cool.
you're
I'm
watching. See,
watching
you watch, yeah,
it.
but all you do is play the game, watch sports, and go to the gym. Like I
You
be
right.
forgetting that. I be forgetting that's
You
on
right.
TV. I be forgetting it's on TV. I'm not even gonna hold you. But also, like to be honest, I could probably watch the USL. I think that's what it's called. But I don't know what
Mhm.
it comes on, and I
USFL, I
don't have.
think is
No, they got rid of the F.
they got rid of the
Because
F.
yeah,
Okay,
because they
okay.
combined the two leagues because it was USFL and then it was hold on, what is it called?
It was CFL.
No, the CFL still
No, no,
exists.
no. Fuck.
What is it? Is it? It's not the USFL anymore because they combined it. So it was the XFL and
Right,
the USFL,
right.
and I'm pretty sure they combined those two, and now it's just the UFL. They got rid of the S,
UFL.
not the
Okay, okay,
F,
okay,
which makes sense
okay.
because how do you get rid of the F? You need football. You like that didn't make
Kind of
any
need
sense. I'm
football
like,
in your
yeah,
name. Yeah.
I'm like they got rid of the F. It's like United Soccer League. Like, oh, yeah, okay. So it's UFL because they
Okay,
combined the
okay.
USFL and the XFL
Right.
because there
Okay.
was no reason for there to be two different leagues trying to do the same thing.
Stupid.
But
Just dumb
I
as
don't even
fuck.
know. I could maybe watch it, but I don't know if it's on any streaming because, as you know, I get rid of cable as soon as football season's over. I just can't. I'm
Ah,
not paying $85 a
yeah.
year, like all the way, right? Because I'm not watching it. When it's over, I'm already paying for streaming. I play the game more, so like I don't watch nothing on cable for real but football. And the way basketball works, you can get a lot of those games on streaming. Like football, basketball, you can get on streaming. So like a lot of times I can watch a basketball game I want to, but like other than that, I'm not. And I haven't even watched basketball this year, so that doesn't even matter. But like, yeah, I'm not. I don't keep
I've been
YouTube
watching a
TV
little bit. This is the least I've watched
for
in a
real.
very long time. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me because you haven't talked about basketball a lot on the show this year. Like we
Mm-mm.
the last couple of years we had a whole segment and we would talk about it weekly. But yeah, no, yeah. As soon as honestly, because the Super Bowl is on streaming, I don't even get to the Super Bowl. I cut it off in January. Because why am I
Damn,
paying? Why am I paying for February and there's only 1 week of football left?
you right.
I ended in January, right
That's
after
fair.
college football championships over. I get the rest of that month, and then you can watch the Super Bowl on streaming. And if I couldn't watch it on streaming, I would do a trial or I would go to someone's house or something. But like, I'm not paying for the month of February just to watch the Super Bowl. So yeah, as soon as January hits, it's cut because I'm not paying for that. I
I
honestly, I don't
might,
even think
I might get rid of it
for real.
because now that I'm thinking about it, wrestling's on Netflix, and they even show SmackDown on Netflix. I might not need cable no more.
Man, I'm not gonna hold you. You getting rid of it will hurt my pockets, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
What hurt your
Cause
pockets?
yeah, cause so I can't watch it anymore, but I'm still in your family group. So I be using yours to do the live TV on ESPN. When it's like you need a TV subscription, I be logging into my Google because I'm still on your thing. So it's funny because like they restrict, like I haven't been able to watch your YouTube TV for like 2 years,
Oh
but
yeah, no.
because I'm still in the family group, it counts as a TV subscription. So every time I want to watch something on ESPN, it'd be like you need to log into a TV subscription. I'd be like, let me go ahead and log into YouTube TV. Uh, but I mean, whatever. Like that's not a reason for you to keep it. That's your money. If you got rid of it, I just wouldn't watch it.
That's
But it's just
funny.
like, yeah.
That's funny because like that's smart. That is smart. I since it counts, I would use it
Yeah.
too. But now that
It's
I'm
like
truly thinking about it, oh,
honestly, I'm surprised. I tell you, I cancel every year. Every time I log in and you still have it, I'm like, damn, all right,
because
cool.
I am watching basketball, wrestling, and shit like that. So
I don't know. For me, it's February, March, April, May, June, July. It's like 6 months out the year. I don't gotta pay for it. It's $85. That's
because
a
I'm
lot
thinking
of
about
money.
it.
That's almost $500.
Yeah, no, it
That's
is.
over $500.
It is. That's what I'm thinking about.
Especially
I
because they,
don't.
especially because they went up to 85. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
510. You know, and save me $500. I'm not.
I don't think
You
I
can call me.
because I'm like I said, I'm barely watching basketball. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it now because
Yeah.
conference finals and the finals and shit. But after that,
When is it? When is the next
because
game?
I can't even always get Guardians games. So now,
What?
yeah, Columbus no, because
Oh yeah. Do you get the Reds games?
probably if they're on TV. But like sometimes when they're on TV, I don't get those games, even though it's like on TV. Like I didn't
Mm.
get Cavs games too because it was like on TV. So I'm starting to think like because like if you got a Hulu account, don't can't you still watch ESPN?
No.
Okay, all right. Well then, I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out
Yeah.
with it. But
Yeah. 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 Because
I
it's
might not
like
need that no more.
so. It's
What up,
like
Joe?
but you really the thing is like it just depends on how much you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because what is it? There are so if it's on ESPN Plus, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
pay for ESPN Plus. So if it's on ESPN Plus, you're good, of course. The only thing is the games that are just like co-streamed. That's not what it's called. But where it's like the game is actually on live TV, but then they
Yeah,
also just put it on the app. But if you don't have cable, you can't watch it. That's the only time. But so it's like there is still a decent enough number of games that gets put on ESPN Plus, and then like I'm about to turn on the Pacers game live right now, and like TNT's on HBO. So like I would definitely, and if you did it, I mean it just depends on what apps you have because I have Paramount, Peacock, HBO. So any of the games that are on like TNT, CBS, and NBC, they typically simulcast. That's what it's called. They typically simulcast it, so I can see
Oh
those.
my
So
god! So I
then
can
the
still
only
watch
ones,
basketball anyway.
yeah, well, so the only ones you wouldn't be able to do is the ones that's on ABC and the ones that's on ESPN that they don't
No, but the thing
simulcast.
is, I just realized my mom has a Spectrum account. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I apologize to anybody that's been eating off of Dante's YouTube TV because I'm ready to just convince them to cancel an accident. Hey, that's my bad, y'all. That's my that's my bad. I'm gonna be all right. I know some people with cable, but that's my bad. I didn't mean to
That's
do
what I'm
that to
saying. Like
y'all.
I know
I
a
didn't
few
even mean
people
to
with
do y'all like
cable.
that. I was just, I
I'm
was just
just sitting
talking.
here.
I was just talking about how I saved me money. I didn't even know we was doing that for real.
It was on the once you like kind of said it, I was like, wait, I've been I've been watching wrestling through Netflix since January, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't need this.
true.
Man, I'm about to save me $100.
Look, I did
Just
lie though.
about.
I cannot watch. I don't have the upgraded HBO, so I can't watch the finals game. They put that one behind the paywall, which makes sense. It's the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
Eastern
I'm
Conference Finals.
thinking I think I know somebody. I know a few people probably with HBO. So I think I'm good next year. We're gonna see how this works.
Yeah. So the only thing with HBO is like they be going back and forth on what you can and get. Like I said, like I can watch. There are certain games I can watch on there, but then they put the Eastern. Cause I imagine just because it's the Eastern Conference Final, they put this game on a paywall. So to watch all the games, you have to have the next tier. I'm just on the basic tier. But either way, if you got the streaming apps,
Ad
you got
free.
the one twos. Yeah, I think it's the ad free. I think it's the ad free.
AJ, I'm gonna need
Look, you say.
that. I'm gonna
You
need
know
it.
what? Let me talk
You
to
want
you.
my Paramount? You want my
Let me talk
Peacock?
to you on the side.
That sounded crazy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
um. Well, I do apologize to anybody who's going to log into YouTube TV in a month and realize they don't got access no more. But at the same
it's
time,
probably
fuck
only
them
gonna be Brandon. He's
because
the only one that can use it
yeah, oh
because I'm
yeah,
in
because nobody else is
Columbus.
in Columbus. Man,
Yeah,
all I know is it made me so mad. You moved back to Cleveland. It was cool. It was so cool. And then it was like just randomly, it was like,
I thought it
yeah,
was
gang,
dumb.
you
I thought it
can't
was
do
dumb
it.
too. You
You
can't
thought I
use
was
it. I was like,
lying. You was like, what are you talking about, bro? You in here? I'm like, I'm telling you. And then I googled it, and it was like, yeah, if you got to be in the same household, and they don't know the household well enough. If you're in the same city, but if you are not in the same city, it's cut. I was
it's
sick.
that was so silly to me. That was
Yeah,
so silly to me because I was like, what does it matter? Like,
truly.
what does it matter if you have to take it from their location? Do it. I thought it was their own account. Like, I'm just
Right. Yeah. No, they won't do it. Speaking of spending money, though, I need to figure out how I'm getting Sunday ticket this year because after a year of New York sports, I can't do it, bruh. I will literally never watch the NFL again if the only game on my TV is the Jets and the Giants. And I know why you're laughing because I complained about this all last year. I was sick, and the Jets have Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson, so that's like mildly more entertaining. But I'm not trying to watch Russ and Jackson Dart. Like that is awful. That is so bad. So I literally
because
like I'm gonna have to save up my
because I
coin this
know.
summer so I can get Sunday
I
ticket because I
as soon as you
refuse.
said that, it's damn Sunday ticket.
And
You
that's
know. And like,
steep.
hold on. And will you get Indianapolis Colts games?
On Sunday ticket, yeah.
Are you positive?
Yeah, because with Sunday ticket you get every game that's out of market.
Oh, okay. Because
It's
I
like it's
remember
like it's
sometimes I remember with the old Sunday ticket, you didn't get every game out of market.
oh yeah, that's when it was on DirecTV and DirecTV was doing some weird stuff.
Okay,
As
okay,
long
okay.
as long at least so far, as long as it's out of market, you get every game.
All right.
And
Hmm.
on YouTube you can do the quad box and you can do that kind of stuff.
All right then.
I do think they get a little bit weird about the 3 o'clock games sometimes, but at least the
Hmm.
1 o'clock window, you get every game. And the Colts suck, so we're always in the 1 o'clock window. Like that's never a problem for me. Like we in the 1 o'clock window all the time. I'm trying to watch us go 2-15. please, for the love of God, like I need a 2-15. I'm telling you, I've talked about it, and we will talk about it as the season goes on. This is finally a good year for quarterbacks. Please, Anthony Richardson, what is Daniel Jones? I need it. I need it.
I
Stink it
need
up,
it.
please. I need it. Honestly, you know what? We can do 4-13. 4 wins will get you a top 3 pick. As long as we in the top 3, that's all I just please help me out. Do it like no funny RIP. Do it for Jim Irsay. You know he wanted us to win, gang. You know, you
Yo,
know he
I'm
wanted us
sorry.
to
I know I
win. That
shouldn't
was his
laugh.
that like please do it for Jim. Do it for us. Do it for his daughter who's running a team. Come on, bro. 4-13. That's it. Just wrap it up. Wrap it
4-13.
up. I need the number 1 and number 2 pick. I don't need none of that. I'm sorry. It's over. I don't want none of it. 4-13. Let me get a top 2 pick. Let me get a quarterback. Let me get a
I ain't even
quarterback.
mad at it. I'm not even mad at it.
Honestly,
I've been saying it for a while. Stop making the playoffs.
yeah.
Stop it. Stop making the playoffs. To lose in the first. Stop it.
Yeah. And and this is not really a coach conversation, but like let me lay the picture for you, right? And again, this is no jokes. RIP to Jim Irsay. But in this next offseason, because Jim Irsay passed, we're gonna have a new owner. If we're bad, that means we could have a new GM. That means we might have a new coach, and we for sure gonna have a new quarterback. Reset the franchise, run it up, unplug it for 30 seconds,
Nigga
and
said
plug it
reboot
back
this
in.
shit.
Like
Reboot this shit.
reboot it. We need like we start over. Start over. I need all of it. New owner, new GM, new head coach, new quarterback. All that's coming 2026. That's 4-13. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think I'm asking for too much.
Hey, yeah, maybe you're not. That's just funny as go for 4-13. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
mad at it. I've been saying it for. I was saying it for years.
And
Tank.
honestly, we really just need to
Stop
be in the
winning these
top.
games.
We really just need to be in the top 5 because like this is a good year for quarterbacks. And then Caleb Downs is also coming out and some things like that. So like there's probably going to be 3 quarterbacks taken in the top 5. So as long as we're anywhere in the top 5, we're probably good. But honestly, I just want the number 1 pick. To be honest with you, like I don't even want to play around because last time we got the number 4 pick and we thought it was cute, and then we ended up with Anthony Richardson, and they didn't trade it for CJ Stroud. So I just need them to not be able to mess it up. So I'm actually back to 2-15. Just lock up the number 1 pick. Don't even play around. I don't want no strength of schedules argument. I don't want no they're also 4-13, but they got the number 1 pick because they had a harder schedule. No. 2-15. Wrap it up. I need Daniel
They get
Jones
a
and
third
Anthony
win, he
Richard.
gonna be pissed.
Yeah, yeah. And it's gonna happen. We're gonna win 8 games. I'm telling you. Just because I said this out loud, we're going to win 8 games, and it's gonna be the ugliest 8 games you've ever seen.
You're probably
It's
not
gonna
wrong.
be like we're
You're
gonna win
probably not
games
wrong.
where Anthony Richardson's gonna have 125 yards and 3 interceptions, but he's gonna have 4 rushing touchdowns. Like it's gonna be the most disgusting football you've ever seen in your entire life, and we're gonna get pick fucking 15, and they're gonna draft somebody garbage, and just the fucking cycle
Every
continues.
single year I see 20 something near our name. I'm like, fuck, why don't we make the playoffs?
For no reason. You don't got no
Shit be pissing me off.
quarterback.
You
You
got the
trading wide
23rd pick.
receivers. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And you can't trade up for 23.
You can't.
There's nothing you can do with 23. Like, you just got
And
to
there was
eat it. You can
nothing to
trade
really.
down. That's about it. You can't trade up.
Yeah, there was nothing, and there was nothing to trade up for. Again, I love what we did in the draft. I loved our pick, our first pick. I liked our few picks. Again, we got Jack Swear. We got a bunch
Yeah.
of like. Again, we love Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, Pittsburgh loves Ohio State. So,
And I get it. I guess, I
mhm,
just want, honestly, we need to get off the NFL. We have enough time to talk about that. I just
true.
want Will Howard to start 5 games. Give him a chance. I don't know if he's going to do it, but give him a chance. I feel like,
Look, if we
especially like
find
if
Aaron, it's
y'all,
never going to happen. And they keep talking about him. Apparently, that's still a thing.
I'm not
And I
going to
think
comment
it's
on that.
me neither.
I just,
It's a
I'm
goddamn
gonna
joke.
be, I'm gonna be honest with you though. This is normally I would laugh, but I don't even think I could laugh at your pain. at that one because I know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers. I really don't even think I could laugh at you. I think honestly, I
Especially
just feel bad.
now, especially he's 40 something years. Who cares?
Yeah,
Off of blown a what did he blow? Whatever. Like
something
some
crack maybe.
not not like I mean he tore something two
Yeah, he
years
tore his
ago.
Achilles. Yeah, it was his Achilles.
40-year-old man, stop it.
Yeah, I don't
Stop.
know. He needs to go to a darkness retreat and stay there.
Just we don't need him. It's cool. Either Mason or Will. Let's let's be terrible and get there's a bunch of receivers coming out the draft. There's a bunch of offensive weapons we could get coming in this draft as well. This is a pretty good draft next year.
Yeah,
So
like I mean, it's gonna be real solid. Not even gonna hold
mhm.
you. It's especially
Speaking
like
of
it's funny because like I'm doing like I'm reading some of the draft stuff just because I think reading the draft stuff this early helps with the podcast because it gives me some like players to pay attention to and it like helps solidify some of my opinions and some of that kind of stuff. And they're talking about 6-7 quarterbacks in the first round for Cisco Mendoza, Indiana, who people don't know because they didn't watch Cal, but I watched Cal. I don't know if you watched Cal, but I watched Cal. That boy's a baller. They're talking about Garrett
Marvin Warner too.
Nessmeyer. They're talking about potentially Drew Aller. They're talking about Lenore Sellers, potentially Arch Manning, depending on if he wants to do a one and done as a starter. Um, who are the other ones that they're talking about? There's a couple more in this year. I can't think of them. There's a couple more in this year, and then next year you're gonna have DJ Lagway. You're gonna have Dylan Rayola. You're gonna have Julian Sayin. And of course, this is just the people that have the hype, right? Because there's always gonna be someone that comes out of nowhere, has a great year, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So 2-15, I'm not asking for too much. The franchise is in mourning, and therefore we can't win games until 2026. Okay.
They go win games for Jim. What are you talking about? They go win games for Jim. They gonna have the whole patch,
They
the
already showed the
jersey.
patch. They already showed the
Oh,
patch.
I'm sure they did. I'm
Yeah, they
sure
already
they
showed
did.
it. They already showed it. Yeah,
I'm
it's a
sure
little
they
J.
did.
It's a JS, and then it has a signature over it. It's a little touching thing for sure. But like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
we could lose some
This,
games too. They're definitely gonna win for Jim, and it's gonna piss me off. No disrespect to Jim. I just want a quarterback, please. I would like to be good. I was literally talking to I was talking to DJ on the last podcast, and we were talking about like where you want to be, and like if it's better to be the team that always wins, but like doesn't always get the championship, right? Or is it to be better to be a team who like wins and then bottoms out, right? So like the example in college would be Ohio State versus LSU. LSU wins the championships like every 4, 5, 6 years, whatever, but then they'll have like a 5, 6 loss season. Ohio State always wins 10, 11 games, but they average a championship like once a decade, right? They got one, they got one 02, they got one 14, they got one 25, 24. So it's like 24, 25, 24, 25. They always, yeah, doesn't matter. So Ohio State roughly averages one every decade. And then we were
right.
talking about football, and we was talking about how like that's what the Colts used to be under Peyton Manning. Because we didn't have a defense, he only got the one ring, but Peyton Manning went 12-4 every year. Count it. 12-4. It was 12-4, 13-3, and the worst he did in his prime was 11-5. But you could book it that he was going to win a playoff game. And it's like, can we just get that back? Like, I understand we may not win a Super Bowl. It's hard. Lamar don't even have a Super Bowl,
Y'all
and
was
he's arguably
also,
the
you know
best
what's
quarterback
funny
in the
about
year.
that? You know what's also funny about that era too is that during that same era, I think y'all had, you know how like people used to say Tom Brady's conference was his weak. I had to
Yeah.
say the same thing for Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Like I wasn't putting my money on anybody else to win that division but y'all every single year, just about.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not like it's not gonna be that easy now because you got my boy
Oh
CJ
no, nah, of
Stroud and
course not.
whatever. But it's
Yeah,
just
but
like,
like
come on, bro. Like we
during that
can't
time, yeah,
11 wins. That's all I'm asking for. So, but anyways, because I don't know how we got on this. We were supposed to be talking about the video game. NCAA
we should be
2016
right. Yeah,
releases on July 10th. High school is back. Uh, I don't know if they were telling the truth or not when they said we just couldn't put it in there because of X reason, but they heard us loud and clear everybody's
Yeah.
saying you can't have Road to Glory without high school. So, and it's funny because they try to like sneak it in there. They try to sneak
Yeah,
it in
they
the
did.
video. They put the hats in
Yeah, they
there,
did. I
and
saw them
then
hats.
in the little like campus notes thing, they basically was just like they basically like go from high school to the NFL, and that's it. Like they didn't list it. They just like, yeah, go from high school to the NFL. I was like, yeah, y'all trying to be slick. They're probably gonna do like a bigger like reveal of it. But they knew they needed to put high school in there. They couldn't play around with that. So high school is back for Road to Glory, which is cool. Um, they're doing an update on the wear and tear system, and they're also including dynamic substitutions, which I think is interesting. So, from what I understand, the dynamic substitutions is you're going to be able to sub players without pausing the game, which is good because they put the wear and tear system in, but then it didn't always come up. And then like there was just not a good way to manage subs. So they're also doing formation subs too. So it's just like if you had a good running back, he was your regular running back, he was your third down running back, he was your power back. And because like the fatigue system wasn't good, they didn't rotate the running backs. And you couldn't do formation subs. So like formation subs, you can be like, if we in this, like if you have a pass catching bet, we want him here. And so you can sort of more better do it, or with the dynamic substitutions where you can
My
do it
God, they
without
gonna put it
pausing.
in Madden too?
I'm not talking about
Because it's
Madden.
not in
But
Madden.
which one's not?
Formation subs.
When did they take it out of Madden?
I swear it's not in
No,
Madden.
no, no,
I'll
no,
have to
no.
check
It is.
again.
It is. It is. So Madden. The thing with Madden is it's not obvious. But like when you're in the menu, I'm pretty sure if you hit the right analog stick down, you can scroll through the players and you can select someone and you can change them
Okay.
in the play calling menu. Yeah, Madden's had it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to
and
check.
then
Okay. I have to make sure. Because
yeah,
I swear Madden doesn't have it.
no, it does, it does. And then, but yeah, so like they're making an update to the wear and tear system, hopefully making it better because why is my running back injured 3 weeks in? They're doing dynamic substitutions,
Man.
which means you're supposed to be able to sub without going pausing the game, and then they're also doing formation subs. Coaches are in the game if you care about that. I don't really care about that, but some people cared about that, so coaches are in the
I
game.
kind of do. It's a I forgot the term for it, but
It does
it's
make it
like
more realistic.
yeah, like I mean it's it's a I forgot what the term is, but it's a feel thing, like it's part of the game.
Yeah,
Like when they took referees out of Madden, you're like, this doesn't feel
yeah,
right.
that's weird. Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And this is so minor, but it's so big to me. Protected opponents, right? Like there were years when I was playing with Ohio State where I didn't play Michigan,
Yeah, and again,
and you can't
that's not
change.
minor. That's not
Yeah,
minor because
well,
that it's again
yeah,
that's
it's not
part of
my yeah.
that should have been in there. So
And they
yeah.
talked all about traditions and all of these sort of things, and so it's just
Hmm.
like it doesn't make sense. And then because you couldn't edit league games, you just didn't play them for a year or whatever. So they're putting in protected opponents. And I think what they're going to do outside of just putting protected opponents, I think they're going to let you choose protected opponents. So like when you set up a dynasty, how before you could go in and you could say like you could change conferences, you can do that kind of stuff. I think you're going to be able to say like Georgia plays this team every year, Ohio State plays this team every year, and that sort of stuff. So um let's see, was there anything else that was kind of interesting that they're putting in there? Obviously they're doing a lot of other like regular things. They're revamping home field advantage. They got some licensing, so there's going to be more kind of, especially like music, for like example, the one that everyone kind of stuck on was the fact that Enter Sandman wasn't in the game, which is Virginia Tech's like historic run out. So like
Hmm.
they did some licensing for some of the people who use like real songs, which hopefully means we're gonna hear what is that song? Uh what is that song? What is that song called? And I'm literally like, I'm not trying to cuss as much on the show, but all I can think about is the cuss part. I got
Oh. We.
The Sheck West
Mm-hmm.
song.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, the Sheck West song. If you played the game, you know what song I'm talking about because it played throughout the entire video game.
Yep.
So like hopefully with them updating some of that, like there's gonna be more. just like better music and just things in general. So when you're playing the game, the only thing that you're not hearing is the only thing you're hearing is the Sheck West song because that got real annoying.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're bringing back the
I
trophy
started
room,
to
which
tune
is
it
like a
out. I
dumb.
forgot that was in there.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you had to. They're bringing back
Yeah.
the trophy room, which was a dumb thing for them to get rid of, that you couldn't see your trophies.
They probably
Um,
forgot all about it.
yeah, it's probably something they had literally. It's
Uh,
probably something they didn't think about. Crossplay is here for Dynasty, so for you weirdos that have Xboxes, you can play your real friends with PlayStations. What else?
is
What
it
else?
just
What else?
is
What
it
else?
just through console? It's not crossplay through PC.
I don't know. They still don't have the game on PC,
Oh.
and they said
Okay,
they're
then
not.
never
They said
mind.
they're probably not going to put the game on PC,
That makes
at
sense.
least not for a while.
That makes
Uh,
sense.
let's see. I don't care about Team
I
Builder. I
figured as
don't care
much.
about the. Oh, somehow they made some changes with the transfer portal, recruiting. You know, the minor tweaks that they always do, but the big ones is high school is back. They're fixing the subs. They're bringing the trophy room back, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, because when I was
it's hard.
playing my Twitch Dynasty, what's the name? Sammy was getting hurt like every few weeks. I'm like, but like I have toughness and all that all the way up for him. Like, what?
Yeah,
How are you
it's
getting
crazy
hurt this
too.
easy?
And it's crazy too because it was like I'd have a running back who is in the Heisman race, and then at the end of the season, I can't even play him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
so
I got yeah. Hold on. Okay, he took off. Oscar left, so I can shut the door.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for the game. July 10th, I'm gonna get it. You know
Oh
what's
yeah.
funny? And you know how you laughed at me for buying Madden? I haven't touched Madden. I haven't played it at all.
At all?
I haven't played it at all.
That's funny because I ended up getting it and I've played it. I've actually played it.
I'm gonna get it
I
again too. I'm
Mhm.
gonna get it. I haven't touched. I was playing college football so much. I haven't touched it.
I
I'm
even
not even
brought
sure if it's downloaded on my station for real.
that's funny. I even brought the Twitch Dynasty to the league. They're already 5 years in to the league.
Yeah, I haven't touched Madden at all.
That's
But it's
funny.
okay. I'm gonna get the bundle again because I like I always buy Madden. It is what it is. I always buy Madden.
But even though you went a whole year and didn't even download it, you're still gonna buy the
Yeah,
game?
yeah,
Dog, don't even do it.
yeah.
Don't
Because
even
I'm
do
probably
it.
gonna play it. I'm gonna play it
No,
this
you're
year. I just
not.
didn't play that one.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
am.
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not. No,
yeah,
no, you're
yeah.
not. No, you're
I am.
not.
I'm gonna play
You're
it.
really
Well,
not though. Like you've even played other you already on MLB. Like, no, you're
yeah. I'm in
not.
year 7. I'm in year 7, dog. Hey, I'm in year 7. I have 5 straight MVPs, 5 straight Cy Youngs.
Bruh.
I've been
Don't
smacking
buy
shit.
Madden. Don't buy Madden. Do
Yeah,
not buy
no.
Madden. I don't
This is
even because I
honestly
even because I even thought about it and I was like, I'm not gonna buy Madden this year. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just get
I'm gonna buy it. But
NCAA.
I'm probably gonna buy
I
it.
should go
But no,
back. I should go back to not playing that game. Like, I was
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Maybe I won't. But
You're not even playing it.
especially because next year I'm definitely gonna buy the new MLB game. I didn't buy it this year because I'm very staunch, except for Madden, because I buy Madden every year. I'm very staunch on like I don't buy games that have new things in it for the first time because it's almost always bad. And I've never retired a player in MLB, so I didn't buy this year's MLB, but they put high school in MLB The Show 25.
Yes, they
So
did.
like I was geeked about that. So I'm gonna wait till 26 when they have a year to fine tune it, and by then I'm gonna have made the haul. And I'm really interested because they in 24 because 23 it was bad, in 24 they fixed the 2-way player thing. So I'm interested to see how far it goes. Like I'm interested to see if it's like real life. Like if I get injured as a pitcher, can I still play the position? Or like if I get older, are they going to turn me into a designated hitter? Like they're already talking about that with Shohei. They're like Shohei eventually he's going to like his arm's going to break down because he's doing too much, and he's probably just going to be a designated hitter. So like I want to see what happens in like year 12 if they're like, yeah, you can't pitch no more, but you can still bat. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna get Madden, but I probably shouldn't. We'll see. Maybe I'll talk about.
There's
Maybe I'll
no
be.
reason. There's no reason to get it at this point. If you've gone
Yeah,
the whole year and
I
it's not
haven't
even
touched it.
downloaded, didn't
I
touch
haven't
it,
touched it.
no point. No point. You
Yeah,
retired on accident. You didn't even notice.
No,
You
I
didn't
really
even
didn't.
notice. Yeah,
Uh-uh. I didn't
you're
miss it or
fine.
nothing. NCAA, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. I
exactly. So
literally,
there's
I
no
literally went.
point.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Um, you're right. Maybe I'll
Because
save my Madden
I
money
went
and
this
I'll buy
whole year.
Cyberpunk.
That shit should be like $12.
Nah, bro, because I did the trial and then I went to pay for it. It was still 40. I said I'm not paying 40 for it.
Damn.
I'm gonna, but I'm
I'm
gonna wait. When is the
I
days of
I
summer?
I'm I don't pretty soon. I'm actually happy. I got that game for $10.
Yeah, I know you told me, and I should have just bought it. But I think I missed when it was $10. Like I just
Yeah,
didn't
because it
see
was
it.
like it was like a couple months after it dropped because it had one of the
Oh,
worst releases of all time. Like in gaming history, it had one of the worst releases. So I ended up getting it for $10 and waited for them to fix it.
Dante, I just I have a feel for
Mm-hmm,
when
mm-hmm.
PlayStation is gonna go on sale. Um, their sale is right now.
What,
Their days
the
of play
summer
sale,
sale?
the big summer sale, it's happening right now.
I get paid tomorrow.
Look,
I'm
listen, but for some
a
reason, Cyberpunk's not on the deal.
That's nuts.
Come on, bro, don't play with me. What are we
Yeah,
talking
because
about?
got it for $10. I even got a box case, box set.
Oh, okay. So the PS4 version is not available for whatever reason, but it's
Well, because
25. It's 50% off. It's $25.
damn, because at this point, if
That's
you got a
not that bad
PS4,
though.
like get a PS5.
Am I gonna get it for $25 though? I might have to.
You're about to spend Madden money, which is going to be like
Yeah, but that was in
40,
August.
$50. Hold on.
Yeah, that was in
It's
August.
still
Madden's
for
gonna be like $70. Yeah.
there's and you wasn't gonna play it.
Well,
Look, you
I might
saved
have
me
played it.
money. I might as well save you some too.
You're right. You're right. I'm a listen to you for once.
Cause, cause
Yeah.
oh,
All
no,
right.
button.
Yeah, no, yeah. Days of play is right now. I was like, I
Damn,
knew it. I
yeah.
just had a feeling it was coming up. I always just kind of stumble into it. So,
Man, I gotta see what I want.
um,
I've
what are
opened
you looking at?
Steam. Looking at
Hey,
the
so
play.
this show is all over the place. We haven't talked about anything we were supposed to talk about. So since we're not talking about
We did
anything we're
talk
supposed
about
to talk about,
NCAA.
yeah. But so since we're just talking about random things, though, did you ever play? Did you ever play Mafia? Because they're coming out with a Mafia 4, and I'm geeked. I can't wait, especially because it's going to be PS5 Mafia.
Right. I have never played Mafia, even though it's been free so many times on PlayStation.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
love that
still
game.
free right now. Yeah, no, I've never played Mafia. I
I've played
heard,
all
I
three of
watched.
them multiple times.
Yeah,
Like I've played them all twice.
that's crazy because I heard. I think we've had this conversation before, but
It's
I heard
repetitive.
that yeah, it's a
It
very
is.
repetitive gameplay.
It is.
But I mean, again, I've played some games that are extremely repetitive. I played Assassin's
I mean,
Creed, so
I feel like most of the games get repetitive, right? Like Assassin's Creed gets repetitive.
I know
Yeah,
this
it's
isn't
just sort
Ghost of
of like
Tsushima that's
Ghost
not
of
on
Tsushima
sale.
was
Oh, that's
repetitive.
Yotai. That's not Yotai. But I never played it, and I think
Would
I put it in
you
like
haven't
my
played Ghost of
downloads.
Tsushima yet?
Mm-mm.
That game fire.
After all
But
these years,
but
still haven't played it.
that game's fire. But that game's they're all
Yeah.
like all of those kind of games are repetitive because it's like you go into said village, you kill a bunch of people, you level up, you go find some kind of hidden scroll or whatever, you walk around, there's always go free some people, there's always go raid some people, and then you have your story missions. Like they're all repetitive. Like I don't think Mafia is any more repetitive than any of the other ones. And as with all the other ones, right, it levels up and various things like that. But it doesn't matter. There's a fourth one coming out, and I'm geeked about it. I'm definitely getting it at some point. To go back to
They
the show.
dropped 2K25. Oh, well, I guess this season's about to end.
Yeah. Okay. So the SEC is whining again. Did you see that? I think it's
I think I did.
hilarious.
I think I did. Yeah.
The SEC is like the bully in like your favorite childhood movie. Like let's and like whatever your favorite childhood movie is, where there's a bully. The SEC is like the bully that when you finally hit him, they break down and start crying. Like the first thing that came to mind is A Christmas Story. The that bully. and then Ralphie was putting the ones on him, smacking shit. Yeah, that's the SEC. They went 2 years. They went 2 years without a national championship, and they're literally making presentations and PowerPoints talking about how much better their conference is, and talking about they need to change the playoffs and they need to do all these things. And I'm just like, hey, brother, just win. And also, what
Honestly, just
would
win.
you change? Like you're gonna tell me that 9-3 Ole Miss should have been in? Like, and that's I think that's always the biggest problem that I have with this, because that's like a staple of our show. If we're gonna say something doesn't belong or something needs to change, we always got to say what we would do, right? And so you're sitting there and you're talking about, oh, the selection committee, the criteria, this, that, and the third. Okay, so put it out there. I want the commissioner of the SEC to go up there and say Clemson should not have been in. Well, Clemson won the thing. Go in and say Indiana
Yeah.
should not have been in. 9-3 Ole Miss should have been in. This is why, right? They need to go in and say SMU shouldn't have been in, right? 9-3 Ole Miss or whoever should have been in, and this is why. Don't sit up here and then it's always like it's always fake too, because it's like, well, we trust the committee to make the best decision. We just want to know what information they're using because we feel like it should have been different, and that's so annoying. And they're literally
Because
like,
how do
I'm
you
telling you,
feel
like
like it should have been different? Who are you
that's what I'm trying to
taking
figure
out?
out. Like you got
And
three
for
teams still,
yeah,
but they
and my
never
thing is
they
because I know at least the media was complaining about Alabama. That was one of the schools that kept Alabama lost to
you
Michigan.
lost
So
you
why are
lost to
we? Why are you?
Vanderbilt before you even had a
Very
chance to
true.
lose to Michigan. You lost to Vanderbilt. Like it's just
And
it's
you shouldn't
blowing
have lost
me.
that, and you lost it bad.
Yeah. And it's like, you know how down bad you have to be to at your media day to print out a packet and give it to every media member who doesn't even pick it to talk about why you think they should change the selection criteria and why you think your schedule is so hard and it's not being properly ranked.
That's nuts.
And the
That's
funny thing
nuts.
is somebody was just like one of
They
the few
just trying to
media
go back to the old ways before the playoffs.
yeah,
At this
one of
point,
the few media
even
members who
though
like
the SEC has literally flourished off of the playoffs.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm tired of them crying. But speaking of the playoffs, the thing that's currently being pushed, because this changes every single week, is
Mhm.
they're they're thinking about doing now still 16 teams, but they want to do 5 automatic qualifiers, which is the 5 conference champs,
Mhm.
and then 11 at larges. So essentially, it's exactly what we have right now, except it's 16 instead of 12. Because right now we have the 5 conference champs, and then we have 7 at larges. So it would literally just be adding at larges. At this point, this probably makes the most sense. If you're going to go to 16, whatever, just keep the format you have now, give it to the 5 champions,
I'm not mad
and
at
then
this. And
and
then
then do
the
straight.
next 11 best teams.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then just do straight seating. So don't do the top 4 conference champ get a bye. Just do straight seating and just leave it at that and just make a decision so we can stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Because of that, we're still talking about, is the SEC going to go to 9 conference games? Is the ACC going to go to 9 conference games? Like, can we just make a decision? You want 16, do 16, 5 conference champs, 11 at larges, straight seating, and call it a day.
And just call it a day. Quit
And then let
crying.
them play on the field.
Y'all are, it's just too. Because how long the college playoff has been going on now? Almost 10 years,
It's longer
if
than
not
that.
10.
So it's been, I think we're at year so it started in 2014. So
Did it
this
really?
year was
Okay, so
11. Next year will be
we're
12.
going on 12 years.
Yeah.
I'll have to say what 7 of those years are SEC teams, and I might be undercutting it.
Yeah, so okay. So if it's 11, which I think it is, Ohio State's won twice, Michigan won once, uh Clemson
And
won
Clemson,
twice. They won twice. So yeah, 6 or 7. 6 or
six
7
or seven,
SEC. And then yeah, it's
bro.
2 Clemson, 2 Ohio State, 1 Michigan.
Quick, man. You
Yeah.
you literally it's more than half because you're at
Uh,
6. You're at
Yeah.
55%.
I don't know what they want, bro. And it's just honestly, it's the most disappointing thing about it. And it's funny because like I've had this opinion of the SEC for a while, and I hope people are finally starting to like come around to it. I want to read a very quick part of this article, because all it's saying is it's literally just the SEC admitting that they're afraid to compete. Um, he says, uh, so this is an athletic director who says this, but I think a lot of them feel this way. So some SEC athletic directors stressed this week that they would only favor a 9-game league schedule if the conference is guaranteed 4 playoff spots, also the Big Ten's preferred model. If we're not confident that the decision making about who gets in and why and what are the metrics around it, it's going to be really hard for some of my colleagues to get to the 9 games. We've got a timeline that's getting tight, and we recognize that it seems like everything is coming to a head. In a way, it feels a little bit frustrating. In another way, it feels good because eventually it feels like we're actually going to get some of this dealt with. You can't go to 9 games if you don't have guaranteed spots to the playoff. It's just like y'all are afraid to compete. If they're basically like, if you don't give them the 4 cupcake games that most of them have, they won't do it. Like they're afraid that if they one more game, they're not going to get into the playoff and they're not going to get these things. It's like, but if you're the big bad
Win
conference
the win your
who
games. Win the
play do it on the
games.
field, bro. Play the game. Play the game.
Win the games.
So I don't know, man. Eventually, we're gonna stop talking about this. Eventually, they're gonna make a decision. I don't know when they're gonna make a decision, but eventually they're gonna make a
This is
decision, and
nasty.
it's probably going to end up what it always should have been, which is the model we have right now with extra teams, and then you just change the seating. So whatever.
Oh well. Yeah.
Moving on to our road trip segment. The Big Ten, because this is a Big Ten podcast, all of the media companies released their early season. I think they do the first 4. They released their
Okay.
early season, and then they released some of the bigger games throughout the year, their TV schedule. But this is a Big Ten podcast, so we're only going to talk about the Big Ten. So we're going to look at some of the games that now have days and times officially for the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. The Big Ten, more than some, in my opinion, has really, really bought into the opening weekend thing. The opening weekend, they play games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And if Texas wasn't scared of Ohio State, we would have had a game on Sunday. A whole bunch of Ohio State fans are mad because, again, the early week thing came out. And so it secured the fact that Ohio State Texas is at noon. I will not do my noon rant again. I've done it enough, but I will just say Ohio State tried to play the game at night. You can't tell me that Ohio State Texas in the night slot on Sunday wouldn't have been fire.
Oh yeah.
But Texas said no. They
Oh
didn't want to
yeah.
do it. The funniest part about Texas saying no, though, is the athletic director was like, "Yeah, we. Why would we want a short week?" They're playing an FCS school after that. You don't need a full week of practice to play them. Like, it's not like you're playing Ohio State and the next week you're playing Georgia and you need that extra day. Like, you're playing you're going to beat this team in your
They
sleep.
don't practice on Sunday, so what are we talking about?
The extra day matters. Like, they didn't want to play Ohio State in prime time on Sunday and the opening week of the season because they didn't want a short week for their next game against
Damn, they really
insert
didn't want
directional
that
school.
money?
Yeah, Ohio State
Damn.
and Fox had a deal in place, but they couldn't do it without Texas agreeing, and Texas said no. And then the
That's
athletic director
money.
came out and said he didn't do it because he didn't want he
I'd rather you
he
not
didn't
come
want a
out.
short week.
I'd rather you not come out and give us a reason. Just
That's a
let it
stupid
go.
ass reason.
Just ignore it. I'd rather you not told
Yeah.
us.
But so yeah, that game is solidified at
Every
noon and
time you're
a whole
asked
bunch
about
of
it, no comment.
literally just
No comment. Because
short
that's
week.
even worse. That's even
Yeah.
worse.
It's just scary. I hope. Oh God, I hope we smack him. I think Texas, like, I don't. I won't get into my previews. We have a lot to do for that, but I really hope that we smack Texas around because that was so childish. Anyways, the Big Ten, as we talked about, is they released their first 4 weeks. As a reminder, the Big Ten media is Fox, it is NBC, and it is CBS. Fox owns the noon window. CBS games are at 3:30, NBC games are at 7:30 or just prime time, and then Fox also does Friday night games throughout the year. Of course, there are games on Big Ten Network and various things like that, but that's how it works. And because people always kind of forget or get confused about this, the way the draft works is Fox gets the first 3 picks and then 6 out of the first 11 picks. NBC and CBS, each year they rotate who gets the fourth pick, and then they get a total of 5 picks out of the 11. They split that however it goes. Um, because Fox owns the Big Ten's media rights, they're essentially leasing it to the other ones, and they pay the most money. They get to pick the first 3, and so that's how you get a lot of these games on noon. Um, but they can trade and they can do a bunch of other stuff. Then the other thing that they can do is they can pick weeks. So they can say, I want the first pick of week 9, and so you wait until week 7, week 8, you see who's good, and then you pick your game then. Because like last year, like nobody would have thought Indiana was winning 10 games. So if they would have
Right.
picked early, some of the weeks, Indiana would have been on like Peacock the whole year, but then they got some prime time. Like Ohio State, Indiana was a late night game or something like that. One of the games
Yeah,
was later
it was
because
on. It was on prime time
um,
though.
obviously Indiana was good. So
Mm-hmm.
um, that's sort of the quick rundown of how that works. So Thursday, August 28th, we have Ohio, not Ohio State, Ohio at Rutgers at 6 p.m., Buffalo at Minnesota at 8 p.m., Nebraska versus Cincinnati on ESPN at 9 p.m. And this is, the Patrick Mahomes Jr. Bowl. And then we have Miami of Ohio at Wisconsin at 9. On Friday, we have Western Michigan at Michigan State at 7, and we also have Western Illinois at Illinois at 7:30. That is on Peacock. I will be watching that on Peacock. Illinois is going to smack them, but I'm going to be watching as many Illinois games as possible. On Saturday, we have Texas at Ohio State at noon. This is August 30th. Ball State at Purdue at noon. FAU at Maryland at noon. Northwestern at Tulane at noon. Old Dominion at Indiana at 2:30. Nevada at Penn State at 3:30. Montana State at Oregon at 4. Albany at Iowa at 6. Oh my God, so many of the Big Ten is not playing good out of conference games. New Mexico at Michigan at 7:30, Missouri State at USC at 7:30, Colorado State at Washington at 11, and Utah at UCLA at 11. That is a sneaky good game.
I
Utah at
was about to say
UCLA.
that's the only one besides
Yeah,
Texas and
yeah,
Ohio State.
yeah,
The
yeah.
only one.
That first week's kind of ugly. That first week's kind of ugly. Uh, uh, the next week on Friday, you have Northern Illinois at Maryland, and then you have Western Illinois at Northwestern. Saturday, you have Kennesaw State at Indiana at noon, FIU at Penn State at noon, Northwestern State at Minnesota at noon, Iowa at Iowa State at noon. That is a banger. For those of you who don't remember, that is a rival, an in-state rivalry game. Iowa State won that game for the first time in many, many years last year. So I will definitely be tuned in for that one. Illinois at Duke is at noon. That's going to be a sneaky good game. And that's one of those games that we say, if you listen to the show for a while, we kind of do these things all the time. It's like, we don't call it prove it games, but like you need these games where it's like, for lack of a better term, it's a prove it game, right? If Illinois is a team we think they're going to be, they're going to smack Duke. If they struggle with Duke, it doesn't mean that they're bad, but there's a chance that they're not going to
It's
be the
just,
team that we thought.
but it's also week 2, so you never know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State at Oregon is
Also sneaky
3:30.
good.
Grambling State at Ohio State is 3:30. This is hilarious because everyone saw the big G and thought it was Georgia, and it's like Ohio State's not playing Texas and Georgia. This is Grambling State and HBCU. Miami of Ohio at Rutgers is on Peacock at 3:30. Middle Tennessee State at Wisconsin at 4. SIU at Purdue at 7:30. Why is that a 7:30 game? Boston College at Michigan State at 7:30. That's a sneaky
That's
good
good.
game. I will tell you right now, because this is a Big Ten podcast and we don't get to talk as much about other teams, but you can listen to the Power 2 podcast if you want to hear my opinion on college football as a whole. Boston College is going to be sneaky good this year.
Yeah,
You
Boston College
should
is
pay
going to be
attention
pretty
to that.
good.
Akron at Nebraska at 7:30, Michigan at Oklahoma at 7:30. That's going to be a crappy game,
That's a good.
and they're going to. It's going to be a hype game. Were you going to say something different?
Yeah, yeah. It's probably going to be it's going to be a game. It's going to be an interesting game to watch. Like it could be sneaky good for real.
You're a better man than me. I think that's going to be a shit show. I will watch it, but I don't think it's going to be good football to watch. Georgia Southern at USC at 7:30, UCLA at UNLV at 8, and UC Davis at Washington at 11. We're going into the third week of the season. Friday, September 12th, we have Indiana State at Indiana, New Mexico at UCLA. This is that Friday where I remind you all that you have family. You don't need to watch football. You don't need to watch those games. Go on a date. It's early. It's week 3 of college football season. NFL just started. They're
There
not on
are
Fridays.
other games on
Well,
in other conferences. I will say that.
I
For
can't
the Big
promise you they're
Ten, it
going to be much
sucks.
better. I can't
Yeah,
promise. Well, and also not a lot of teams play on Friday. It's largely the Big Ten that plays on Friday right now. But there will probably be other games on. Saturday, September 13th, Oregon at
might
Northwestern
get
at
a
noon.
Hawaii game.
Wisconsin at Alabama at noon. Houston Christian at North. Who the hell is Houston Christian? Houston Christian at Nebraska at noon. See, Nebraska's making sure. Hold on, Nebraska's making sure
See,
that they get the bowl eligibility because they ain't played
you
nobody
damn
with a
right.
pulse
You
three
damn
weeks
skippy.
in.
You damn
hold
skippy.
on, hold
I'm
on.
starting
Where's
to think Houston
Nebraska at?
Christian is like that one school. What's the one school that faked that they were a school?
I can't think of the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Go on a
Yeah,
date is
Nebraska is
hilarious.
starting with Cincinnati. Uh, where are they at? Cincinnati, Akron, and Houston Christian. They say we getting the bowl eligibility, boy. I tell you right now.
I tell you
Um,
what.
I tell you what. um,
Boy, I say, boy, we making it to a bowl.
look, if it's the last thing I do, uh, Central boy, Houston Christian. Is that even a real school? Nebraska, where did you find them at?
I'm about to Google it right now. Houston Christian. I'm
uh,
going to guess
um, and the
Houston Christian University.
I
Oh,
don't know, I guess Houston Christian College doesn't sound good, but technically there is a difference between a college and a university. It's about the
Houston,
size
Texas, of
and some
course.
other things.
It's a private
Yeah,
school, nonprofit. That's what
that
I'm guessing.
I, I've legitimately I watched so much football. That name has never stumbled across a screen that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Never will.
They pulled that out of nowhere. They said we did an easy dub. They just started googling schools. Um, and the Connor Stallions Bowl, Central Michigan at
South
noon.
Harmon Institute of Technology, ma'am. Okay.
Townsend at Maryland at noon, Villanova at Penn State at noon, Norfolk State at Rutgers. I swear nobody in the Big Ten this year is playing good out of conference games. This is insane. Youngstown State at Michigan State 3:30, USC at Purdue at 3:30, Ohio at Ohio State at 7, Western Michigan at Illinois at 7, UMass at Iowa at 7:30, Minnesota at Cal at 10:30. That game may be interesting. For whatever reason, the Big Ten really like last year we had a lot of good games. This year they said we're not doing that. We not doing that at all.
We ain't doing
We
that
not
shit no
getting
more.
like no. There's
Yeah,
not a
they're
single.
Houston Christian or the Huskies. They legit.
Okay. All right. Going into week 4, there's not as many games announced in week 4. Friday we have Iowa at Rutgers. Uh, I might be going to so many Rutgers games this year. Saturday, we have Michigan at Nebraska, Purdue at Notre Dame, Washington at Washington State. Another rivalry game that I'm glad that they're still playing. Another piece of good news to sort of pay attention to. Oregon at Penn State has been announced for Saturday, September 27th. It is a 7:30 game, which means
I got
Penn State did not play around. Yeah,
home.
that is their whiteout game.
Oh,
A lot of Penn State
yeah.
fans have been complaining that they
Loud.
haven't been able to get good teams for their whiteout game, largely because of Fox, because they play Ohio State a lot. But they announced it Oregon at Penn State. This is going to most likely be a top 5 matchup unless one of them struggles. Week 4, early in the season, it's still going to be hot.
It's gonna be
Uh, on
loud.
NBC 7:30.
My
So very
lord, that's gonna
excited
be a
about
good
that
one.
one. And then is there any other games of note? Obviously, the game Ohio State Michigan, that's always at noon. That was announced. Are there any other games worth talking about?
Washington,
USC
Oregon,
at Notre
maybe.
Dame. is at 7:30 on October 18th. Um,
Washington, Oregon,
did I miss that one?
hasn't
Oh
been
yeah,
announced.
that one hasn't been. They're basically saying that one's going to be played for sure on Saturday, but we haven't talked about when. Yeah, so those are the first 4 weeks. I as as one of the Big Ten's staunchest defenders, it's hard to defend the first 4 weeks. When we get to the
Straight
season, we will give you games to
trash.
watch. That's what we do every year. We're gonna give you games to watch, but they did not put a lot of thought and effort into this out of conference slate this year. So, um, do you have any thoughts on any of the games or on the schedule
Nah, man,
release?
I had to Google Houston Christian. I'm good.
Yeah, that was insane. That's crazy. And then just one last thing on schedules. As a reminder, Fox does play Big Ten games on Friday night. So the Friday night slate, as currently listed, some of these are Big Ten, some of these are not. On August 29th, there is Auburn
Mm.
at
Mm.
Baylor. September 12th, Kansas State at Arizona. That's going to be a good game. September 19th, Iowa at Rutgers. I really think I might go to that game. September 26th, TCU at Arizona State.
You might as well. Why not?
Yeah, that's going to be a banger. I literally just hit my boy up because Oregon's coming to Rutgers for their homecoming. And if you remember, I told you Rutgers homecoming's lit. Surprisingly, did not expect that. But I told him, I said,
I kind of do.
he works at Rutgers. I said, yeah, dog, I need you to give me that game. I'm going to the Oregon Rutgers game. Like, because it's like Rutgers is gonna get smacked up, but when am I gonna get to see Oregon in person for like $30? Because Rutgers tickets are super cheap. So yeah. Where am I at? September 26th, TCU versus Arizona State. That's going to be a banger. That game is also going to be a game that helps determine the Big 12. October 17th, we have Nebraska at Minnesota. November 7th, we have Northwestern
It
at
should be
USC.
good, but damn.
Don't watch that one. Don't watch Northwestern at USC.
Hey,
Please,
Cash,
for
how
the
you
love of
doing?
God, don't do that. November 14th, Minnesota at Oregon. And November 28th, we have Arizona at Arizona State. That should be an interesting game.
Minnesota,
Obviously,
Oregon.
as you can
Ooh,
tell by the things that I mentioned, they did not pick every single game. These are just the ones that are solidified. So if you do not care about your relationship, or if you are not in a relationship and you watch football on Friday nights,
doing good.
those are some games that you can watch. But yeah,
That's fine.
we're here. We're here. Um, living our
I'm
best
I'm
life.
interested in the Oregon Minnesota one.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, like I went a little hard on Dante Moore last episode, but I'm interested in Oregon as a whole, just in general. I'm trying to see what they're gonna be doing. They're a school that's kind of hard to pick because like you sort of expect them to be good, but they also haven't fully earned the benefit of the doubt. And what they lost, it's kind of like they're not gonna be scrubs. Like don't get me wrong, but like there's a
Yeah,
difference between like remember last
they
year they were
not.
the number one team in the nation. Are they going to be
Yeah, and
pushing
they're
for
not going to
that
be
again?
Yeah,
Or
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything like that. Like the
yeah,
past 2 or 3 seasons, you've been pushing for number one in the country. I don't think you're
right.
going to be that,
I
but
think
you're definitely
yeah,
going to be ranked.
for sure. I'm still. I will give you a little hint now. I'm still going to pick Oregon to go to the playoffs, but I think they're going to be sort of like a 9-3, maybe a 10-2 kind of thing. But that is much later. We are getting closer and closer and closer. Our previews start in July. June, we have some ball to talk about. We'll finish up the NBA. But let's end the show as we always do with our pit stops. Our pit stops is a chance for us to talk about something that is unrelated to football, unrelated to the show. We can talk about whatever, because when you're on the road traveling down I-80, you have to take a break, you have to use the bathroom, you have to get gas, you have to stretch, you have to make a stop. So this is our chance for us to talk about something else. Do you have a pit stop this week? I'm going to take that
Oh,
as
okay. All right. No, my bad.
uh
You asking me if I had a pitch stop?
yeah.
Um, trying to think. Damn. No. Go to the
uh,
gym.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, and it's not even like a getting in shape thing or anything. It's really, I guess it's more okay, since it is mental health month or mental health awareness month. That sounds right. Uh, it's a really good stress reliever, honestly, and I know a lot of people, including myself, who had some like, stuff going on in stressful times and stuff like that. So, um, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than therapy, and it helps a little bit. So go to the gym.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's cheaper than therapy, depending on what kind of gym you're
Sometimes it
going to.
is definitely cheaper than
Um,
therapy.
yeah. So I had a pit stop. I lost the pit stop. So I'm just going to talk about something
Nice.
else. I went to the Beyonce concert. I am not the world's biggest Beyonce fan. I knew maybe 20% of the songs. And I will tell you, if you have the money and the time, I think everyone should go to a Beyonce concert, fan or not.
Oh,
Like
she's a great performer.
she's like, and the thing is, it's
She's
just
a
like
great performer.
you hear that she's a great performer and you see the
Hmm.
videos and you know it, and but being there is insane. Like the
Oh, I believe
set,
it.
the concept, like the set, the design, the way she uses like the whole stage, like there's no like wasted space as far as set, like the things that she brings out. She was flying around the stadium in her car, like how it's sort of like just you can tell it's very intentional in the way that she does it. The videos that plays when she's not out, it's just like it's a show. Like it's really a show, right? And it is expensive. So if you don't have it or you really just don't care, like that's fine, right? But if you can and you're open to it, I'm very much on the team that everyone should go see Beyonce perform once, especially just because like we just don't have good performers anymore. Like I'm not going to go on my rant about the music industry, but when with streaming and losing mixtapes and losing A&R and this sort of like instant success thing, there's no one that's teaching, like there's no marketing anymore. Everybody's dropping a surprise album, but you have no name recognition. Nobody's doing the press tour anymore
Fair.
to put up the
Yeah.
hype. They're not dropping singles. Like the music industry has changed so much. And with that, there's no one teaching them how to perform. Like, right? Like they're just sort of standing there and they're all drunk and high and all these things and whatever. That's the last thing I'm gonna say because I said I wasn't gonna go on a rant and I felt the rant building up. Beyonce is a legitimate performer. She's one of one, and because the performance art has sort of been lost, if you have the chance, I would. That is my pit stop. If you can go see
Yeah.
Beyonce perform, you should do it.
I believe you. I believe all of it. I've heard countless people say the same thing. Like I said, I'm not a fan either, but I know for a fact there's no denying she's one of the greatest performers of all time. Like
Yeah,
that, I would not deny. I do know that. I
and I'm telling you, I
you could
knew
tell.
maybe twenty
You could tell
percent of
she
the
puts in the
songs,
work. Yeah.
like 20% of the song, and it was still a great time. So, that's all I got for you. That's all we got. As always, thank you for listening. We will be back next week. Um, yeah, follow the show on YouTube. You can watch the show on YouTube. Follow the show. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, send it to a friend. We'll catch you next week.